Good evening, and welcome to the Believe in the Journey podcast, where I am your host, Triveda Harris. And tonight I have a very special guest, Miss Aleatha Robinson, who is the owner of Infinite Vision Brands. She is a new author of The 90 Day CEO, The Mind Shift, and the visionary of the I Am Becoming a Powerful Women's Empowerment Movement. And we're going to be talking to her tonight. But we can't do anything before we go to God in prayer. So let's do that. And then we're going to bring her up and I'm going to allow her to introduce herself a little bit more. And then we're going to get into this conversation about this new journey that she's on. And you guys do not want to miss this conversation. But let's go to God in prayer first. Dear Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for bringing us together as you do each and every time we come in front of you. Let the words of our mouths fall upon the ears that need to hear. Let something that we say bring them closer to you. There is someone out there tonight that is seeking guidance, seeking a place to turn to, and they don't know how to get there. If we are the vessels that bring them to you, let us be just that. Continue to guide us into the purpose in which you have created each and every one of us. We know that the road that we've been on sometimes doesn't look like it's leading to anywhere, but we know that it's all connected to the purpose in which we've been created. So allow us to be with you and you to be with us, and let us go where you lead us. In your precious and holy name, Jesus, we pray. Amen. All right. My guest tonight, Miss Aleatha Robinson. I want to thank you for being here.
Absolutely. I want to say it's an honor. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
I want you to take a moment to introduce yourself as well.
So again, my
Now,
name
I
is
gave you a small introduction, but I want you to give an introduction yourself.
okay. Again, my name is Aleatha Robinson. I'm the owner and founder of Infinite Vision Brands. Infinite Vision Brands was founded in 2020 in the midst of me learning that I had a eye condition. Well, I knew my whole life, but I didn't start to have any problems or any issues until 2020. And I said that I lost my job. Well, I didn't lose my job. I walked out on my job, and the father told me, you have to do something. You're not going to just sit around. We're not doing that, right?
Mhm.
So he gave me the Infinite Vision brands, and he said, regardless of you losing your sight, you thinking that you're losing your sight, but you'll never ever lose the vision that I gave you. And so that's how Infinite Vision was born.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
also, yeah, the founder of I'm Becoming, and also my book. I'm so proud of this book. I'm so proud of this, and I want to say thank you so much, y'all. The story about me and Triveda meeting, like it was nothing but the father. It was nothing but him. Like just to be real about it, like it really was nothing but him, and he always has a plan. And his plan is always gonna go through. So us meeting through one of my friends, and she told me about her, and I was trying to write this book by myself. I was trying to self-publish myself. Yeah, it was not working. So I was like, someone gotta help me. I'm gonna pull my hair out. Please, somebody help me, please. And I ended up calling my friend back, and she was like, I told you about the lady. And I was like, well, please just give me her number because I'm about to go crazy. I can't do this. And literally, me and Shavita just linked up, and she just helped me, and she's been such a great help, like such an amazing person. So I thank you very much for the help.
You're welcome. I'm glad to do it. I know it was frustrating because when you first called, you were like, I'm trying to get this done. I want to get this done. I got this event coming up. May
Yeah,
16th, I want to have my book, and I've been trying to do it on KDP. I've changed this and I changed that, and it still says that it's not right. Okay, calm down. Relax. Just send me what you have, and we'll go from there.
that's
And
literally what you said, and I was literally a little more stressed out than what you give it because I was giving. You know what?
yeah, I mean, yeah, you were literally frantic. You were. And you were like, it's just not going to be done. It's just not going to happen. And
Yeah,
then we had a little hiccup with some pages, and you were like, Oh, this is not what I said. No, ma'am. What we're not gonna do is that. We're gonna take a moment and we're gonna have a moment of prayer and we're gonna talk this thing out. And I promise you, it's still gonna be great and it's still gonna be done. And it's
Yeah.
gonna be done in plenty of time so that you will have them for this event. Because what we're not gonna do is that. So calm,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we
That's
gonna make it happen.
that's pretty much what you did.
And what happened? I mean,
Everything flowed like water, baby. It flowed like water. I was so listening. I'm talking about when I was like sending you everything, when I sent you everything and you sent back, you was like, okay, so we didn't got to this stage. I was like, what? Like, oh my goodness, like you should have seen me, girl. I was running around the house. I ain't gonna lie. I was so happy. Like, oh,
like we started this whole conversation, started the process March the 19th.
mhm.
I was done and completed with everything that you needed literally by the 5th of this month.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
you know, I
yeah.
wanted to make sure you gave me a deadline. You gave me what your idea, what your plans were.
Hmm.
And I wanted to make sure that I could fulfill that. And I wasn't overextending myself. I wasn't, trying to sell you a dream or anything.
Hmm.
It was the fact that this is what you asked for, this is what you needed. And God sent you to me because He knows that this is what you needed. And
Yeah.
you're so frustrated and I heard it and I was like, God, you sent her to the right place and she just got calmed down. And I was
I have been working on my book. Like, well, it took me about 6 months to write the book to just
like,
really get it together. And you know my eye condition, so I'm
yeah.
like, oh my goodness, I'm doing everything by myself. I'm trying to do everything alone, and it was
Mhm.
5 months of me getting the book together. Finally got the book together, and then I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and it ain't work out like that. So I was like, I don't know what to do.
And KDP itself can be very tricky. And I tell
Mhm.
people that it can be very tricky because I know this firsthand, which is
Mhm.
part of the reason why I started Wings of Transformation Publishing because my frustration with the whole process.
Mhm.
And I got frustrated and I was ready to throw my laptop and I was like, you know what? Forget this. But God said, I told you to do this and this is what I need you to do. And I was
Mhm.
like, okay, so my first book, I'm telling you, it's just 26 of my favorite poems I put together in a book. And I was like, God, if this is what I'm supposed to do, it's gonna be like this. But the perfectionist in me would not just settle for that. And so I was like, okay, now you've put me into something with me
Mhm.
having a stroke, my own health conditions, and having a brain disorder. I'm like, okay, I'm not giving this to anybody else. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to learn this process. And so
Mhm.
now that I've learned this process, my thing is I want people to come to me and I want them to understand that I don't want you to get frustrated. If you feel like
Right.
you're getting frustrated, call me. I'm
Yeah.
here to walk you through the process from start to finish. And just call the number that you see on my website. I'm going to answer the phone.
Call her, y'all. Call her. Call her.
Like, I'm going to answer the phone. You can text me. I'm going to respond. If you have questions, and you know that for yourself, if you've had
Yeah.
questions, you've reached out and you're like, hey, I got a question. I don't want to be bothering you, but I got a question. And I'm like, whatever it is, call me, text me. And I mean, I can't answer if you don't reach out to me. I know
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it. I can't fix a
Yeah.
problem you're not expressing to me. And
Yeah.
so you
And
were
like I told you, your attitude, your disposition, your demeanor, your
uh-huh.
voice, everything is calming. So I'm like, I'm over here frantic, about to lose it. And you was so calm. Like you was just like, so you gonna be okay. Just calm down. It's gonna
Mhm.
be okay. And that's reassuring for people that
Yeah.
instead of thinking in my head, I have this deadline, like I have this event, like I want my book to drop on that day. Like, no, you don't understand. You was like, no, I understand. Just calm down. Calm down. So yeah. But I mean and if I could tell anybody that will come to you to publish a book, I can tell you that she's patient, she is understanding, she'll see things that you don't see. She'll help you. So that thing I needed. And that's why the father sent me to her because that's what I needed. I'm not playing. Now I'm structured and I'm disciplined. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I can execute my goals because I finished my
yeah,
book, right?
yes,
But
you
I
did.
still needed that, you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
reassurance that, you know what I'm saying? That you need to calm down. Like that's,
yeah.
you know what I'm
And
saying?
the
So
other questions you were asking, you was like, "Is it really okay? Is it really good? Or do you think?" And I was like, "It's fine. Trust me. If it was anything wrong with it, if the setup was bad, if the flow was messed up, I'm gonna tell you. I'm
yeah.
gonna tell you, and I'm gonna put it together in the way that it should flow and go from there." And that's exactly what happened. And it
And
was
then
like, calm
you
down.
sent me some stuff and you was like, okay, so look, this how I did it. And I was like, how she do that? Like, I was like, how she do that? That looks so good. Like, that looked good. And then to then see the book put together, that blew me. I was blown. I think I called you and we was on the phone for like 2 hours. I was like, I cannot
Mhm.
believe I'm an author. I cannot believe we got it in. You know what I'm saying? I was so happy. Like writing the book is a different thing from you knowing now you push
Mhm.
everything is in there, it's together, and now it is a book. You're an author.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
that is different. From writing the book, you can write the book, boom, that's fine. But being
Yeah.
published is different. So
Yes.
that's what yes.
And
And
you
we
were like,
we
"Are
talk
you
about my book, The
serious?"
90 Day CEO Mind
Yeah.
Shift. I'm sorry, we didn't even talk about the book, but I'm just
Well,
saying, like,
we're about to talk about that because I'm gonna ask you what made you want to actually do this, which I know that you have an event coming up this weekend that is yes, the baby is born. And so Miss Patrice says, congratulations, because it was you were so overwhelmed
yeah.
with thinking that this was not going to happen.
Yeah.
And you have the CEO networking event that's coming up, and
Mhm,
then you have the I Am Becoming
mhm,
luncheon that's coming up on May
mhm,
16th.
mhm,
And you were like, I want it for this. And I'm like,
mhm,
okay,
mhm,
relax. It's
mhm.
gonna happen. So
Right.
what made you want to have it for the luncheon and
Mhm.
not for the networking event that you're having this weekend?
Because the I am becoming that's the women's group is really my heart. That's where I'm at.
Mhm.
That's what speaking into women is what I
Mhm.
believe that I was born to do. I know
Yes.
that's my purpose, right?
Mhm.
So it couldn't have been at a better time. I had to drop
Mhm.
it then because I want to give women information on how to shift the way they think about themselves, right?
Mhm.
And it's not just have to be a CEO of a business. You could be a mother at home and you have
Mhm.
priorities and you have things that you have to put in place. You have to compartmentalize different things in your life. Like we
Yeah.
all do. So that book has that in it. And so I think that the book and this event is going to go hand in hand with each other because of the information, because of
Mhm.
the confident boost, because of me pouring into them or anybody that will read the book. I'm pouring
Mhm.
into them information on how to shift their mind. When I say
Mhm.
shift your mind, I mean a different way of thinking, right?
Mhm.
Because my grandma used to say stinking thinking, right? Don't be in that stinking thinking. Get out of that stinking thinking. And my dad told me today, get out your head. You stay in your head. You always, he said, he calls me a perfectionist all the time. For you to say that is crazy because he called me that all the time. You're a perfectionist. You can't, there's no way you're going to be able to finish or do something if you're always picking little things out, right? So
Yeah.
that goes with what you said when I called you. I was like, "Is everything good? Like, is everything okay? Like, is the growth straight? Like, everything good?" You was like, "Yes, yes, it's good." So, um, but I just think that it'll motivate women. I think that it will help them to really start to process, reprocess, or relearn, or rethink how they, relearn how to think. Put it
Yeah.
that way. Yeah, relearn how to think because we think so much about ourselves, and then we have to deal with the world on top of it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
what they think about us, and and then that starts to literally trickle down to us. And what I
Yeah.
like to say is what we speak to ourselves in here, if we
Hmm.
speak it out loud in our ears, it internalizes in our body,
Yeah.
and our body starts to really feel that thing.
Yeah.
So in us, um it'll break your body down. Negative thinking
Yeah.
will break your body down.
It definitely will.
Yeah, so and you know, we're the leading in heart attacks, strokes, us black women. We are. So if we learn how to rethink about every situation or different situations, literally, I think that that will teach us how to treat ourselves better.
Yeah. And in the book, there is I like the final chapter. I will say I like that one the best because it says that at the end you are becoming, and it goes through step by step structure, being consistent, the affirmations and all of those
Mhm.
things. And like close to the end of the book, there is a section in there where you write down some things about where you currently are, what are your present thoughts, and how you can change those thoughts.
Mhm.
What are your present things that you think of yourself? Where are some areas that you feel are your weakest? What are your strong points? And
Mhm.
those are things in that book that I think will get people to understand that if I look at this is a written space, I can go
Mhm.
back and look and say, hey, these are my beginnings. And
Mhm.
there's to write down 5 positive affirmations to
Mhm.
where they say those things to themselves for the next 90 days. And
Mhm.
it's consistency and showing up and setting that time and actually motivating themselves to hold themselves accountable, number one,
Yep.
because not always looking for an accountability partner, because sometimes we think that we have to have an accountability partner, but if you can't even hold yourself accountable, what is that accountability partner going to do? Because you're going to ignore them if you ignoring yourself.
Yep,
Like,
and that's exactly why I wrote the book, because we have to be our own accountability partner.
yeah,
Or not even our own accountability partner. We have to hold ourselves accountable for the thinking that we do that
yeah,
puts us in a space where we doubt ourselves, where
yeah,
we
that
have
internal
low
dialogue.
self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things. But what I was gonna say, from beginning to end of that book, you should already have shifted, right?
Mm-hmm.
So by the end of the book, you should already have a shifted mindset of how you used to think when you first
Mm-hmm.
started reading the book to
Yeah.
the end. And now you can write down all of your new perspectives of how
Mm-hmm.
you think about yourself now, or how you think about how you can, if you want to start a business, start a business. If you want to,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, just it should be shifted by the end of that book. And then
Yes.
the reason why that is there is because now you can see who you really, who you have become. That's why
Yeah.
the last chapter is who you are, you
Who you
become.
are
So
becoming.
yes,
Yes.
who you're
Yeah.
becoming. So yeah, so
And
that's
I
why
love
that's
it.
there. Yeah.
I love it. I'm excited to be a part of the I Am Becoming event, to come and speak. I when you first asked me, I said no. I was like, nope, I don't do no speaking. I don't do none of that. And
Yeah.
then it was like, and God was like, "You speak all the time. I don't know what you think you talk about, because you do. You talk all the time. You talk about everything, and you motivate people in ways that you don't even understand that you're motivating people,
Mhm.
and is what you need to be doing." And also, it's ironic, and I ain't gonna say it's ironic. It's just God's coincidence. He's putting things together, because I was telling you I had created a coloring book, and the
Mhm.
book is breaking out of the cocoon, becoming, and that's a coloring book. And when you told me about this event and it was mentioned at the Esther Awards, and I was like, okay. And I'm like, okay, God, I don't know what you're trying to do, but I see what you're trying to do, and I'm still trying to stay in the background. And you like, you ain't got no business being in the background. You need to come and step in the front.
And
And
even at Esther Awards, we ain't know each other. I ain't know nothing about you. I ain't know nothing about nothing, right? We
it
didn't even
was
know anything
crazy.
about nothing.
Listen, you know what's crazy about that? I got a picture of both of us like standing up there getting our awards. We're standing right beside each other.
For
Like, and that's
real?
yes, I'm gonna send it to you tonight. Like,
I did not
I'm
know
gonna
that.
yeah,
I did
yeah.
not know that. I did not know that at all.
I was looking at the pictures from the event the other night in my phone, and I meant to send it to you, and I completely forgot because I told you I've been under the weather the last couple of days.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
looking through my pictures. I was like, we standing beside each other because you had on that jumper, the
Yep,
like
yep,
jumper,
yep,
and I was like, that's her right there.
yep.
And you know what? You hugged me. You hugged me when we came up. I forgot which award it was. Um, I can't remember which one it was. You hugged me and said congratulations.
Yes, I
And,
want. That's me. That's the type of person I am. I want to congratulate everybody. So I went down
and
the line hugging everybody. Like congratulations, like congratulations.
and I'm the shortest one there, so it's like I'm just blending in, and everything, and I'm like, okay. So, but
I know you probably was like, "Who this fool? Who this girl is
I'm
hugging me?"
like, because I'm not like I'm a hugger, but I'm not a hugger,
Mm-hmm.
at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, especially when it catches me off guard. And I'm like, wait a minute, we wasn't hugging a minute ago. Like, we don't been up here twice. Ain't nobody hugged then. Like, so now we giving out hugs. Okay. So
Yeah,
everybody started hugging after that. And I'm like, okay. So
yeah.
yeah, it's a picture. We're standing beside each other. And I have to send it to you.
Okay.
So, but this is how God works. He
Yeah.
put us together for a purpose.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I thought about it and I was like, she asked me, and God, I said no. And he's like, I don't care
Oh,
what
but wait. I had to pour into you too. I had to pour into you
you
too.
did.
Because I had to say to you, no, because this is your journey too. This is what you're supposed to be
Yeah.
doing. You have a story. We all have a story. But your story is so inspiring that I had to tell you like you sitting on it. If you're gonna sit on it like who you
But
gonna
I
you can't
share
help
and
nobody
that,
sitting on your story. Like you gotta tell your story, and that's
but that's
literally
the thing. I share it all the time.
uh-huh.
It's just that speaking in public is different. And it's
Yeah.
like right now. We're doing this podcast. I've been doing this now almost 4 years. And
Uh-huh.
it's like, it's crazy because I never imagined myself doing this at
Mhm.
all.
Mhm.
And people, when they meet me, they're like, there's absolutely no way that you're shy. I cannot picture you being shy at all because of how well you talk, how
Mhm.
well you communicate,
Mhm.
how well you share your story. Um, like you cannot possibly meet a stranger anywhere because you are so enthusiastic. You share, you talk, you do this. And I'm like, yeah, I'm shy. And they're like, yeah, tell it to somebody else because I don't see it. I don't understand what you're saying. I think you trying to pull my leg. And I'm like, no, literally, I am very shy. I don't do this. And so that's what it was. And so even when we were having that conversation, when I was telling you no, God was already on my shoulder and was like, I don't know why you told her no, you're going to do that. So you can say no now, but you're going to do that because
Right.
it is your time to do that.
Yeah.
Look, my dad
Mhm.
is on here. He's like, she really is shy. Like, I really am shy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Oh.
really, like, I'm not that person. But, I've sung on the choir, done solos and things of that nature. But it's
Mhm.
like, I'd rather be in the background to motivate everybody else. But as for me, it's like, like, I don't celebrate myself. Like I struggle with that. I struggle a lot with celebrating myself. Like I was going through some boxes the other day and I still have awards that I have not put in frames or anything. And my oldest son used to fuss at me a lot because he was like, "Ma, put your awards up on the
Girl,
wall."
you see my Esther Awards? You see them?
Look, mine, like I got some back here on this wall. You can't see because I got my background up.
Yeah, I
But then
know.
I just got. And then like in the hallway there, but before, like he would fuss at me all the time. Like I would buy the frames and I would do all of that, and he's like, "Okay, you are doing all of these things, mom, show off,
Yeah.
show them.
Yeah.
So then one day I was like, okay, I had gotten some awards from work and everything, and gotten gifts and monetary gifts from being employee of the month and all of this stuff. And he was like, you need to show this stuff off. And
Uh-huh.
so he came home from work one day, and as you came in my bedroom in the old apartment we used to live in, I had put them all in my hallway on the wall. And he was like, it's about time.
But even doing that, like even you getting your awards and stuff like that, like so, like I in it, I believe all facets of us getting awards, whatever the case may be, getting recognized, being able to, the Father gets the glory for all of that
Yeah,
because he put in us what we have, or he has
yeah,
gave us the story so we can tell it, so other people can
yeah,
be blessed. So that's what comes with it, right?
yeah.
These
Mhm.
podcasts that I'm doing, or being able to go and do the book signing, or get on a stage and speaking, having these events, those things are like I told him personally, listen, wherever you send me, I'm gonna go. And whatever you have me to say, I'm gonna say it. So
Yeah,
he's blessing me with that. And that's why he blessed you with the opportunity to get up and be able to do that. And whether you shot, because I'm
listen.
an introvert. I'm a real bad
Yeah,
introvert.
see,
Like I'm
that
not
is
even like I'm
me.
an introvert. Like I don't go nowhere. I don't have a whole bunch of friends. I don't. But it's a different story when I know that I have an assignment for the Father. Like I can't, that shyness, all that, me being an introvert, all that stuff, yeah, that has to go out the door when it comes to the
Yeah,
Father. So
yeah. Now that is very, very true, and that's the thing. Prayer is a powerful thing, and this is the thing. And this is my prayer. This was my prayer at the end of 2019, going into 2020. And I tell everybody this was my prayer, and it was, God, remove anybody that is not connected to the destiny and what you have for me,
come on now.
and prepare me for those who are connected to the destiny that you have for me, and help me to be okay with those that you remove, and help me to step into the spaces where I'm supposed to be.
Hmm.
Now, with that being said, I had no idea this book was coming, the first one. I had no idea that all of this other things were going to happen. Now, I had graduated from college in 2017. We didn't actually have the ceremony until 2018. However, I was taking the public speaking class. I did not understand why I was taking the public speaking class, because
Okay.
it's like, yeah. So God was already putting the puzzle pieces together. I just needed to be obedient and do what he told me to do. And
Hmm.
so I've been obedient. And so then it was like, okay, I ended up losing my job in March of 2021,
Hmm.
and I he has showed me a vision that I was going to have to travel and go and speak.
Hmm.
And I'm in the house on Saturday cleaning, doing my normal little cleaning and everything, and I'm not thinking anything about it, because the vision that he sent me, I'm like, I'm going to be traveling and going to speak, and I'm like, okay, God, I think you delivered that message to the wrong house. It's not for me. That's not what I do. And so, I'm trying
Funny.
to,
Ain't we funny the way we tell
yeah,
him?
yeah, and I'm like, I don't think that's for me. I think you delivered this message to the wrong house. So I kept on doing what I'm doing. I'm not really paying it no attention. So our mentor, Miss Angela, was doing her book release that I was actually a part of. It was a collaboration book, mended, broken but not broken and mended, or I think that's the title of the book. I can't remember. But she was doing that, and she was doing a fashion show in celebration of her birthday.
Hmm.
And it was in Myrtle Beach.
Hmm.
So I was gonna have to travel to get there. So I'm like, okay, all right. And I'm not thinking I'm gonna have to say anything or speak or anything like that. But of course I had to say something about my particular chapter in this book. Now I didn't say very much because I wasn't prepared to say anything, but nobody knew that, of course. And so I met some wonderful people. Miss Stephanie, I met her there, and we've been, friends ever since. And so it's like, okay, God, you connected me to these people,
Mm-hmm.
and you keep connecting me in these spaces. And then, like, me and Miss Angela, we met not only, like, we met before that, doing a virtual monologue together.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to say no to that, but it was like, okay, God says step out of your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was slowly stepping out of my comfort zone. And so that's what led to all of this. And so when she was putting together a podcast network, it was like, okay, well, what are you looking for? And are you training people and everything? Because she was like, yeah. So I said, okay, well, I'll give it a shot. I don't necessarily know what I'm doing, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
And the beautiful thing about that is today, I'm gonna try to keep my composure when I say this. We allowed my mom to be an honorary host for um, the Crew podcast. Today, it's been 3 years since she did that show tonight. So it's bittersweet,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah,
she
it's sweet. It's sweet because look where you are. Look what you're doing. Look what he's pushing you
I know.
into. Yes, so it is. It's bittersweet,
So
yes, but it's sweet.
it's very bittersweet. Um, she was there at the beginning when we were just training to do the podcast, and my mom, she was like, she did the prayer, and my mom being who she is, it was like she never thought she lived to see long enough for me to have friends and interact with other people, because as you know, like, I'm very shy and I don't
Mhm.
really have a lot of friends, and I'm not that person. And so she became part of our podcast. And so
Oh,
she was able to be our host, and she hosted a show a year ago, or 3 years ago tonight. So
mm,
it's
mm,
bittersweet.
mm. Oh, honey, let me tell you, she looking down and she is proud. She's very proud of you.
Yeah.
And listen, I can't wait until you get to I am becoming. Listen, when we get to that luncheon, because I'm gonna tell you something by me. I'm a worshiper. So we
Oh
set
yeah.
the atmosphere before the people get in there. We're gonna set the
Oh yeah.
atmosphere when they get in there, and we're gonna set the atmosphere while they leaving out of there. You hear me? Yeah, we
Of
yeah, we
course.
worshiping, we praying, we're praising. That's what we're gonna do. I don't know what they think they're gonna do when they get there. I'm just being real. Like I tell
Listen.
everybody, that's what we doing. When we get there,
Oh
it's
yeah.
he gonna get all the glory, and I'm worshiping the whole entire time. So I
Without
was
him, we are nothing. So, without him, we are nothing. With him, we are everything. And as
that's
long as
true.
we continue to be obedient to what he calls us to do, we're always going to be in greatness, and we're going to mingle with greatness, because he doesn't put us in the path of anything outside of that. We're the ones who get off course. We
Yeah,
think that we know where that GPS is taking us. But
yeah.
God is the ultimate GPS.
I'm
His
telling
path
you,
is always right. He's never going to go off course. We are the ones that get hard headed and be like, "Well, I think I can do this a little better and a little faster." And he sits there and he lets us go on
I
and make.
told you we funny. We funny, honey. He be laughing at us.
Look, he be like, "Okay, I'm gonna let you go on over there and try it. I'll be right here when you get back." Because I know better than you think I do. And so that's why it's always that rerouting. God said, I know, I'm gonna reroute you back where I told you to go. So don't be trying to get off course. You thought you knew something, but I know better. Trust me, and I promise you, you never gonna be off course. But
That's
if you
right.
think you know better, you gonna be off course. But I am grateful for the people that he has connected me with. And since I've been doing all of this, it's never by coincidence, it's always by God's design. He always sends the confirmation with each and every guest at the time that it is that, I am going through whatever it may be. And, I was thinking about the I Am Becoming event, and thinking about the book, and your book, and then the coloring book and everything. And I was like, I had no idea. All I was doing was just being obedient. And it's just a coloring book that I put together. And in that coloring book, it just has some affirmations in there. And in that, and I'm like, you put me and her together for
Mm-hmm.
this purpose. And I just want to make sure that I'm doing what you have called me to do. And if I know nothing else, I know what God is capable of doing, because I know what He's done for me, not once but twice, and multiple times. Because man has counted me out more times than He's ever counted me in, and I've never been included in man's count. I've always been included in God's count, and until
Come
the
on
day He
now.
decides to count me out, I can't do nothing about that, because
Come on
that's His
now.
count for me.
Yeah.
So I don't worry about what man says. I worry about what God says. And when I first wrote that book, my poetry book, I had people talking about it. Well, it doesn't look good. It's not perfect. And my response was always, it wasn't your assignment. You will never put your name on an assignment that doesn't belong to you. You'll
Hmm.
only put your name on the assignment that God has given you.
That's
And
true.
He didn't tell you to put your name on my stuff. So I
Mm.
wouldn't expect you to have your name on my book, because He didn't assign it to you. So
Right.
if He didn't assign it to you, what you gonna put your name on it for? Like,
Right. Right.
and
Right.
that was crazy, because I had a situation when I was a little girl. I was in second grade, and I ended up getting a whooping for this. And it was crazy, because I would go home every day and I would do my homework, because back then you had to do your homework, had to change out of your school clothes before you could go outside and play
Mm-hmm.
and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting at the table doing my
Mm-hmm.
homework and everything. And so I'm doing my homework and I'm taking it to school the next day, turning it in to the teacher. And for some reason, for 2 weeks, the teacher is saying that I'm not turning in my homework. And so
Mm.
I ended up getting a whooping for it. And so another week goes by, the teacher ends up catching a student who had been going in when I would put my homework in the homework little tray, and then I would go to the cafeteria in the mornings to eat breakfast, because I rode the bus. And so we would get
Mm-hmm.
there early,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a car rider, so he would get there shortly after we did. And so he would go in, erase my name and put his name on it. And so the teacher happened to catch him. So I ended up getting a whooping for that. And so my aunt, she was like, the teacher called. She was like, I'm so sorry. She apologized to me, because I had told her I'm doing my homework. Like, you caused me to get in trouble and I got a whooping. And she was like, well, I'm sorry. I said, well, you can't take that whooping back.
Can't take that
Like,
back.
I mean, like, I appreciate the apology, but you can't take that back. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so she called, and when I got home, my aunt, she apologized to me. I said, but you can't take it back. I said, I told you the truth. I
Mm-hmm.
said, but somebody else was putting their name on my assignment, and God righted the wrong, and that's how I
Mm-hmm.
know that anytime somebody wants to tell a falsehood on you, all you have to do is stand in your truth, because
Yeah.
God is always going to reveal. So anytime you think that you got to defend yourself against a lie, shut up and be
Right.
still and
Yeah.
let God fight that battle, because God always knows what that truth is.
Mm-hmm.
And people get, well, I didn't do it. I didn't. Okay, that's fine. You ain't got to do all of that, because your
Mm-hmm.
truth is your truth and it never
That's
changes
real.
and it'll never waver. So if you ain't got to worry about that, and you know that you didn't do something, you didn't say something or anything like that, then stand on it. Because God is
Mm-hmm.
going to stand 10 toes down behind you, because
Yeah.
He knows that. And if you know whose you are okay. You ain't got to worry about none of that extra stuff.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
I'm excited for this event, May the 16th
You
at
also have to come to my event September the 12th. It's called Becoming Her Summit. You have to come to
oh,
that.
Okay. Okay.
That's September the 12th. You got to come to that. I know, but you got to come to that. And you also have to speak, but it's going to be like a panel. We're going to be sitting down. You ain't going to have to do all that standing up in front of people. It's going to be a panel, but I
Well,
think you'll be good for that. So yes, I'm announcing that now here in front of everybody. So,
so I've been voluntold to show up, basically.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
pretty
Okay.
much. This is a good
Okay.
space. It's a good space of time. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's all right. It's all right. All right. I understand. I understand. What can people expect at this event on May the 16th? Like
Like I said,
besides worship,
yes.
besides encouragement.
Vendors, we're gonna have some vendors in the house. The speakers are amazing. You included. But I think you make the seventh. So it's gonna be seven speakers there. Um,
Okay.
like I said, I mean, we have some awesome vendors so far. I'm still looking for vendors. But right now we have some awesome vendors. And like I said, just everything about me in that space is going to be about worshiping the Father because He got me
Mm-hmm.
here to where I am
Yeah.
now, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everywhere I go, every person I speak to, I have to tell people about who what He has done for me and who He is in my life.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm gonna do. But I mean, we're going to be pouring into the women that come. You know what I'm saying? They're coming
Mm-hmm.
in. You don't know what a woman has on her heart. You don't know what she's
Right.
been going through. You don't know what she's been dealing with. And so I think that we have to show up in a capacity, well, me anyway. I don't have no title. I don't have a title. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a minister. I'm not none of that. I am just called to do what I'm supposed to do. And I'm stepping into that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to step into that there at that time. So you can just expect the move of the Father. That's what all I can tell you. Because I'm gonna let him have his way. But yeah, we
Yeah.
got vendors, we have we're gonna be having a fashion show, and I think the fashion show is gonna be good. I'm trying to get some this group to dance. I mean, it's going to
You
be
gonna be
good.
releasing your book and book signing at
Oh,
this
yes,
event
I'm so
as
sorry. I'm
well.
sorry. Yes,
So
yes, yes,
don't be skipping
yes.
over that part.
Yes, I'm
Cause
going to
that's
be
gonna
having
be
my
happening.
yes, my book signing will be there that day. That's the day my book drops, May 16th.
Mhm.
So, yes, I'll be
Mhm.
having the book signing. I'm so excited about that. I don't even know what to do. Like, I'm listen, let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you something true thing. You ain't even heard this. So this is something new, girl. I was on YouTube. I was looking at people having book signings. Like, I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing. Like, I was like, so, like, let me look and see what this looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like, what this is, like, me dropping my book. And I don't know if yeah, that was you today. I was like, what do I do? Like, do I do anything to promote the book? This is the book sign. I don't know what to do. Like,
I
so
got you. I
yeah,
got
so
you.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm just so excited about this. I'm not playing. Like, I feel like, let me tell you something real quick.
Hmm.
And I hope I don't cry. I'm trying not to. Whew,
If you
I'm
do,
gonna
it's
cry.
okay.
But
The tears are here.
so um being told your adolescence life you are never gonna be nothing, you're not gonna never be able to accomplish nothing, you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna do that, you're gonna be just like yo, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, hearing that, right?
Yeah.
That's what was instilled in me. And literally, no lie, about a year and a half ago, the father woke me up out my sleep at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And he was like, oh, you have a book in you and you need to write it. And it's not no, I'm not talking about an autobiography. I want you to be able to use the things. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you through a transition. And literally, that's what he did. He started training me to wake up at a certain time. He started training me to do things, I mean, literally precisely at certain times of the day, right? I have a
Yeah.
like I have I have posters through my house that has like schedules. You know what I'm saying? Like, no lie. So like so he said you're gonna have to do it like that. So what he did was he started to pour that into me like a year and a half ago. Remember, I told you it took me 5 months to write that book. So
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna put this in it, I'm gonna put that in it, and this is how I did this, and this is how I did this. And I'm like, you sure you want me to teach you? No, I get, and I talk fast, and you sure? I'm like, Moses, I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, you sure? Like, you sure this is what you want me to do? And he like, yes. And so my purpose, I feel so much like I'm getting to that point. He is pushing me into that right now. And I'm so happy that he chose me, right? I'm
Yeah.
so happy that he chose me for this journey, for this moment, for this time. And that's
Mhm.
why I'm so excited about this book started. Because I'm just scared. I'm for the life of me. I when I get this book in my hand, honey, I'm calling you. I'm gonna call you, girl, to be like, I got it, girl, I got it, girl. I'm gonna be yelling because it's just so beautiful to be the first author in my family, to be the first
Mhm.
person to own two businesses in my family, to be able to
Mhm.
do the things that I'm doing, having events, writing the book, starting businesses. It's just having a women's group. Like all of the things that I've dreamed of, right? It doesn't have to come with money. It don't have to be,
Right.
you don't have to be a millionaire to be able to
God,
accomplish
if God gives
goals.
you the vision, He will provide the provisions. That's what people don't understand. If God gives you that vision, He's going to put you in the spaces where He makes them your reality. And you just have to trust Him and you have to trust the process. And that is why I'm grateful for whenever a client comes to me. You're not a client, you're my family, because that's how it ends up being, because we're
Yes.
connected because of His purpose. And
Yes, girl, because you know I
there's
call
no
you all
other
the
way.
time. Tell the truth. Tell the truth, girl. Tell the truth. Go to tell the truth. I call you all the time. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, I mean you do, and I don't mind,
You don't. You
because
don't.
it's the relationship,
Mhm.
because I want to be able for whoever comes to me to fulfill their vision of completing and becoming a published author. I want them to understand that I'm not just going a publisher or a consultant who's just going to just push you off and just like not help you through it. And even
Mhm.
once it's done and completed and over, that we not talking no more. I
Right.
that's not how it is, and that's not how I want it to be. Because
Mhm.
I've heard those horror stories of people going to these companies and they feel like they're a burden to their publisher, like they can't
Mhm.
ask questions, they take days and weeks to return a text or a call or something. I don't want that. So if you're coming to me, you get me, and you
Yes.
can text me, you can call me,
Yes.
you can
Yes.
email me,
She
and
not lying, y'all. She not lying.
if you email me and then you text me and then I'll be like, and then you be like, well, I emailed you. Okay, well, which one did you do? Well, don't worry about it. Hold on, you on the phone? We gonna go to the email while you're on the phone, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna do that. You know,
Mhm.
like you
Mhm.
don't and then I'll be like, well, which email did you send it to first off? Because I give
We done
y'all my
had that
personal email.
conversation.
Yeah, like I give you the business email and then I give you the personal email.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so you get all of my information because I want you to be comfortable. I want you to understand that you got me from start, and I ain't going to say to finish because it's never finished, because we going to do
Come on
something
now.
else,
What
you
yeah, I
know?
was just gonna say,
And
like,
so
cause you already
it's
know.
not
You
it's
already
not
know
finished.
it's two more
So I
coming after
never
this one.
say, yeah, I say it's never the end. This is just the beginning. So we gonna
Yes.
keep going until you say, okay, you know what, I'm tired of you. I don't want to be bothered with you no more. Go about your business. Or
No,
whatever.
that ain't gonna
And
never
so,
happen.
you know, so I'm just like, I'm here until you tell me you don't need me no more. But
Yeah.
even still, I'm gonna be there because this
Yeah.
is this is what I signed up for. And when
Yeah.
you come to me, I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to say, if you got questions, I don't want you to feel like, hey, I'm bothering you. Girl, what is it? What you need?
I don't do that no more.
Because
I just call.
because I
I
don't
just
want you to
found that.
feel like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
even like I just did yours. I just did another lady's also. Like she
Mm-hmm.
came to me on I want to say the 29th
Mm-hmm.
of last month.
Mm-hmm.
And no, she came to me on the 7th of this month.
Mm-hmm.
She's finished. Her book is finished and she's got it in her hand already. Yeah.
That's what's up.
She got it in her hand
Don't
on
worry about it, girl, because I'm finna order my books on tomorrow,
um
girl. Tomorrow I will
I
be
finished
ordering
with
my
hers
books.
on last Friday.
And
She
we might be
ordered
doing it
hers.
tonight. Mm-hmm.
Well, whenever you ready to order them, we good. She finished and she texted me. What's today? Today is Thursday. She texted me Tuesday and said I am holding my book in my hand.
Oh my goodness.
And
Oh
I
my
said, because she was
goodness.
like, I don't want to tell nobody. Because she was like, I don't want to tell anybody that I've done this. And I was like, I'm here with you. And cause see, she said she had called another number.
Mm-hmm.
For she had been on the internet, she had Googled another publishing company. They didn't answer. So when she called my number and I answered, she hesitated for a minute. She was like, Wings of Transformation? I said, Yes, ma'am. She said, You do book publishing? I said, Yes, ma'am. She said, I was reading the reviews on your website and you the person that I need. I said,
Mm.
okay. I said, well, tell me what you got. Tell me how I can help, and we'll get started. I said, and I will be honest with you. I charge a $50 non-refundable deposit.
Mm-hmm.
People will tell me that they serious about something and that they don't be serious. I said, I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to waste your time and I don't want you to waste mine. I said, but if you got
Mm-hmm.
something you need me to take a look at, I'm willing to take a look at it for free. But if you really want to move forward, once you send the deposit, we can move forward and I
Mm-hmm.
and that's what we did.
Baby, because that's what I did. I was like, boom. What you said? What you said? How much? What you telling me to do? Boom. Next day you was like, I need these, I need this, boom. What? The
Yeah,
next
I'm
week I was
like,
like,
this is
boom.
where
I was
we
like,
are.
listen, because I know what I need to do. And I told y'all about that execution. I'll be playing. Like, that's something I'm telling y'all, I'm not playing about it. If you have some goals in your life, write them down, make them plain, and knock them down. Because I'm telling you, you all you gotta do is put it in your mind, and execute it. I'm telling you, because that's who I am. I'm gonna do it every time.
The other Dee Dee says she says she knows the feeling Triveda will get you through. She is a witness. She really doesn't mind it at all. I text her on a regular. That's my sister for life. I like
I feel
I
the same
want
way.
you to be comfortable with me. We gonna
Yes.
laugh and we gonna joke. We gonna talk, and I'm gonna be real with you too. I ain't gonna
Yes.
sugarcoat
Yeah.
nothing for you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
I feel like if we're gonna be sisters, we're gonna be upfront. We're gonna be honest, and I'm gonna tell you the
Yeah.
truth. And if you don't want to hear the real uncut truth, then we ain't gonna be able to talk to each
Right.
other too long
Right. We gonna be
because
able to rock. And we
we
do
gotta be
real
able
good
to do
together
that.
because that's what we both do.
Yeah. Exactly. Now tell everybody how they can get in touch with you
Okay.
for the events that you got coming up because you got one coming up on Saturday, the
Okay, so
CEO
I'm in
networking event.
Columbia, South Carolina, and my event is called the CEO Networking Event, and it's free to the public, and it's basically vendors getting out and they're selling their products, and we're coming in, or y'all coming in, or well, whatever the case may be, y'all are being able to see different vendors. I think I have 13 vendors now, so there's vendors of every sort. Jewelry, clothes, hats, bows, man, skincare, health insurance, life insurance. Like I got just I got some of everybody there. So
Okay.
yeah, so that is in Columbia and it's 1613 Broad River Road. Um and then the May 16th event, y'all, please come to that. Like I'm telling y'all, that event is going to be amazing. So that is May 16th, and that will be at the same event center, and that is 1613 Broad River Road. It is the I Am Becoming Women's Luncheon. That is going to be amazing. Amazing. When I tell you I'm giving you 150%, 100 to 200% of me, I'm giving you everything I have that the Father has placed in me. So come out, worship, have fun, learn, get poured into. Come to the if they have we having a fashion show, we're gonna have food. Like, yeah, we doing it.
Okay, now y'all heard everything that she said. If you have any
And
additional
if you want
questions,
to get in contact with me, go on
yes.
Facebook. My name is Aleatha Robinson on Facebook. If you want to get in contact with me, podcast, whatever, it don't matter. Whatever it is, let me know.
Yeah, she is on Facebook. You can find her information. I've shared it on my page. You can always go to her page as well. But it's shared on my page. If you need to get to me to get to her, just you know how to do it. Just go
Yeah,
and get
yeah, yeah.
because I'm a direct you over there anyhow. Because I don't have all them answers. Because it ain't got nothing to do with me.
And I
I'm just
speak. I'm a speak. I speak at churches. I speak anywhere. Just if y'all want me to speak, just get in contact with me. I speak everywhere. I speak everywhere. But I'm gonna speak about God. So I'm just taking it off the rip. But you know what I'm saying? I'll speak anywhere. And I also will speak about my book and those steps on how to get yourself disciplined, structured, and executing.
all right. Well, this has been another beautiful episode of Believe in the Journey podcast. And you know, guys know that I can't do anything without giving God his glory and his praise.
Yes, thank you.
And because without him, I am nothing. With him, I am everything that I am. And the next time you guys will see me will be on May 10th. It will be the Mother's Day episode. So if you want to celebrate your mother, please join this episode. And if you would like to participate in this episode, reach out to me so that I can get you the information so that you can participate. You know, because I'm going to celebrate my mom. As I said, this was um, 3 years ago that she hosted her honorary show on the Crew podcast. So I thank you guys for tuning in tonight. And remember, stay out of God's business. The only thing He needs you to do is to be obedient to what He's called you to do. Until then, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Good night.
Good night.